Tonight you look up and the moon is gone. Not behind a cloud, just gone. No glow, no craters, nothing but empty sky. So what would really happen to Earth, and to us, if the moon simply vanished? Some of it you'd notice by morning. The rest would quietly unravel over millions of years. Here's something wild that happens instantly. The Earth doesn't actually circle the sun in a clean line. The moon's gravity makes us wobble slightly, month after month, around a shared balance point. In fact, that tiny wobble is one of the main tricks astronomers use to find hidden planets around distant stars. Delete the moon, and an alien watching us would know in an instant, just from the wobble vanishing. The first thing you'd actually see is the dark. The moon is by far the brightest thing in our night sky, so without it, nights turn dramatically blacker. The upside? You'd see the stars and the Milky Way like never before. The downside? Every creature that relies on a little moonlight just lost its nightlight. Then come the tides. And here's what most people get wrong. It isn't mainly the sun that moves our oceans. It's the moon. Its gravity stretches the Earth and pulls the seas into a bulge that sweeps around the planet, handing us 2 high tides and 2 low tides every single day. Take the moon away, and only the sun's much gentler pull is left. The tides wouldn't disappear, but they'd shrink to about a third of what we know. That dramatic daily rise and fall of the sea would flatten into something you'd barely notice. And that's a quiet catastrophe. Tides constantly stir the oceans, mixing nutrients, moving heat, and driving currents along the coasts. Weaken them, and coastal waters grow stagnant, starving the tiny organisms the entire ocean food chain is built on. The most obvious victims live right where land meets sea. That strip between high and low tide, crabs, mussels, starfish, tide pools packed with life, only exists because the tide rolls in and back out. Flatten the tides, and that whole living edge of the ocean dries up. And a staggering number of animals live by the moon. Whole coral reefs spawn in unison on cue from the lunar cycle. Turtles and birds navigate by it. Even dung beetles walk in a straight line using moonlight. Take it away, and countless natural rhythms fall out of sync at once. Some scientists think the moon didn't just shape life, it may have helped spark it. Billions of years ago, the moon hung far closer, and the tides were enormous, sloshing water, minerals, and energy across the shorelines, where the earliest life first took hold. No moon might have meant a completely different story for life on Earth. But the most important thing the moon does is something you can't see at all. Think of it as a training wheel for the whole planet. Its steady gravity holds the Earth at a tilt of about 23 degrees, and that dependable tilt is exactly what gives us calm, repeating seasons, year after year. Without the moon locking it in place, that tilt could slowly begin to wander. Over millions of years, drifting from nearly straight up to tipped hard onto its side. And when a planet's tilt wanders, it does not stay livable for long. The result would be climate chaos we've never witnessed. Summers scorching enough to roast entire continents. Then, ages later, ice grinding down over land that was once tropical. Stable seasons, the quiet thing farming and civilization depend on, would be gone. The moon has also been a brake on Earth's spin. When it was young and close, a day here lasted just 6 hours. It's the moon that slowly stretched our day out to the comfortable 24 we have now. Lose the moon, and that braking simply stops. Our days would freeze where they are and never grow longer again. We'd lose gentler things, too. No more moonlit nights. And it goes deeper than the view. The word month comes straight from moon. Calendars, festivals, and stories in nearly every culture have kept time by it for thousands of years. Losing the moon means losing a piece of how humans have always measured our lives. So, Could the moon actually just vanish? Honestly, no. Nothing out there can quietly erase a rock a quarter the width of Earth. And no, despite what you may have heard, the moon isn't really our asteroid shield. It's far too small and too far away to block much of anything. But here's the twist. The moon is drifting away from us right now, about 4 centimeters farther every year, roughly as fast as your fingernails grow. And as it creeps off, it keeps stealing a sliver of Earth's spin, stretching our days a tiny bit longer. It's the very same slow braking we just talked about. That slow drift has one more casualty. Right now, the moon is the perfect size to cover the sun and give us total solar eclipses. But give it around 600 million years, and it'll be too far away to manage it. Eclipses have an expiration date, and we just happen to live in the lucky window to see them. So, would we survive the moon vanishing? For a while, yes. Darker nights, weaker tides, confused wildlife. It's the slow, invisible unraveling of our tilt and our seasons that would truly threaten life as we know it. The moon isn't going anywhere anytime soon. But the next time it's out, actually stop and look up. That quiet gray rock is holding your whole world steady, and it always has.